Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu einem weiteren Part der Let's Play Vagrant Order. Ich bin es Amsimorphix. Und was für ein Part hatten wir beim letzten Mal. Zum einen hat uns Canis hier angegriffen, die wir glücklicherweise irgendwie zurückschlagen konnten. Doch dann kam er in Person. Kirishima Wodime, der Anführer der Crypter. Oh, verdammt nochmal, mein Gott. Und was für ein Showdown. In einem Wimpernstrich hat er unser gesamtes Chaldea Team ausgelöscht. In einem nicht nur irgendeiner Anstrengung kam er und hat uns vernichtend geschlagen. In einer Macht. Er hat uns einfach mit einem Noble Fantasy, wo er Sterne auf uns gesickt hat. Alter, Mann. Ist das ja nix gegen ihn, Mann. Doch, es hörte da nicht auf. Wodime hatte uns kurz davor, dass endgültig Chaldeas Abenteuer ausgelöscht wird. Doch dann kam er. Das Unmögliche. Der Mann, der Chaldea auf den Weg gebracht hat. Der Mann, der dafür verantwortlich ist, dass überhaupt die Grand Order jemals stattgefunden hat. Der Doktor. Romani Archermann! Solomon, wie auch immer heißt, liebe Leute, ist aufgetaucht und hat es hier gerettet. Es ist Romani, wir haben ihn zwar nur von hinten gesehen, aber es ist Romani. Und ich möchte wissen, wieso er noch lebt. Romani, stell dich um. This guy's gotta be a servant, right? No, wait, on second thought, maybe not. Doc! Doctor! Stay away from me. You make my head hurt. I knew it. Solomon! Things simply happened to work out this way today. Just forget about what happened here. You don't tell anyone else from Chaldea about it either. There's someone on the boat who can't be trusted. Huh? What do you mean? I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out for yourselves. It's your job to figure out how to get past the three obstacles that Artemis, Odysseus and Poseidon pose. You need to find a way to cross the sea on your own power. Only once you do that will you be granted the right to stand before this Lostbelt king. Wait, please don't go yet! There's nothing left for me to see in this Lostbelt, and I have no interest in your struggles. If you don't want to die, no, if you truly want to live, then fight back. Not that I expect it'll make any difference. There's no way to save this planet. War das Romani? War das Solomon? Oder war es eine gewisse Bestie? Frage über Fragen. His heat signature is completely gone. It looks like he warped away on his own. Who was that man? Take it easy right now. We need to heal up and get the hell out of here. If Kirshida knew we were here, odds are better than even that Odysseus does too. Alright, I need to report on. What the hell just happened? There was a moment back when all of your vital signs were finished. I thought my heart was going to stop beating. In fact, I'm quite sure it actually did. Calm down, Gordy. You're not the only one who wants to get near word and right now. Oh man, what a relief. You're okay, right? I think so. You. Alright, you can take your time and tell us about what happened later. Right now, we need to get out of here. Pronto. Come on, hurry. Leute, Mann. War das Greed hier? Ich habe keine Ahnung, Mann. Ich weiß nicht, was das war. Ich weiß es nicht. Let go of me, Castor. You better will. I don't want to have you touch your filthy body anymore and it's unnecessary. Okay, I go ahead and kill her now. Huh? You're little. You know, Canis, I've always thought that you didn't belong with the gods. Young manner of speech, your intolerable attitude, nothing about you befits a god. I expect Lord Kirishida only overlooked your behavior out of affection. But that's over that Poseidon's noble phantasm has been demolished. So on behalf of all the true gods, we sentence you to death for your crimes. You're little. I'll kill you. Your twisted nature couldn't be more plain, Canis. Both your heart and your mind are wrapped beyond redemption. Even becoming a god has done nothing to fix it. You were never having anything more than a recipient of the sea god's love. How could you possibly begin to match us? You never even understood Lord Kirishia's vision of bringing about a new age of gods. All you ever did was flail about in anger, curse the gods, and think of nothing but yourself. Given all that, did you really think Lord Kirishia actually trusted you? Exactly, of course he didn't. In the end, Canis, you were nothing more than a woman. We have to thank everyone at Chaldea for this opportunity. Though of course, I'm sure they are all dead now. Alright, let's head back. We still need to tell Lord Kirishia that we disposed of that filthy bitch just as he ordered us to do. Hold it. Just die already. Hä? Das wundert mich jetzt. I'm sinking down, down, down. Damn it, this can't be happening. I can't go out like this. I still haven't finished what I wanted to do. I still haven't avenged the miracle of man being summoned as heroic spirit. I still haven't had a chance to slaughter those bastard gods. And above all, I still need to pay him back for putting this collar on me. I've got to pay him back. I need to pay him back! Kirishida. Kirishida. Kirishida! Und das war's? Ich hab keine Ahnung, Mann. What's going on? What in the world just happened? Where's Kirishida? Did he actually manage to drive him off? I'm afraid the situation remains unclear. Once Kirishida would cast a second spell, we were only able to pick up audio, and only a bits and pieces at that. It could be a residual effect of the sheer scale of his remarkable magecraft, where he manipulated stars to rain down meteors. For the past 3 minutes, every one of the instruments effectually ceased to function. I doubt there's anyone inside the border who knows what happened. Well, never mind it now. Maxi, Mash Kirillite! Both of you, return here at once! Given the horrific battles you have just been through, we need to check your vitals as soon as possible. Right, understood. Let's go, Master. I know a lot has happened, but right now, we need to take stock of our current situation. Wie wir das zusammenfassen, keine Ahnung. Gott und Teufel bekämpfen sich. Well done making back here intact. The servants are still severely injured, but I'm overjoyed to see that you two are both unhurt. Unfortunately, we still have a problem of Kirishia to deal with. How in the world did he cast a spell capable of nearly decimating our servants without us so much as how do you do? Is that even humanly possible? No, it isn't. A few rare notable exceptions aside, there's simply no way for a mage to defeat a servant who managed genuine heroic accomplishment in his life. Right, that's exactly what I thought too. And even among those notable exceptions, the very best they could hope to accomplish is to strike a single blow in retaliation. Decimating multiple servants as easily as taking candy from the proverbial baby is simply not within human capacity. It took a look at Kirishida's file from before he became a Crypter. While there's no question that he was a true genius, if he had such a massive amounts of magical energy at his command at the time, he would have been seal designated. Seal designated? It's what ends up happening to mages who exceed their bounds of genius and pursue singular fields of magecraft. It's essentially declaring them to be such intriguing figures that they need to be either be kept in isolation or studied as a specimen. Being declared such a figure is the greatest honor to the association can confer, but it also makes that figure lives very difficult. Mages like that love delving into their preferred fields of research, but once they have sealed designation, they can no longer pursue their research any further. While this usually leads to the mage in question going into hiding and cutting ties with the association. Every now and then one of them is able to have the seal lifted in exchange for agreeing to contribute to the association. Incidentally, I can assure you that you can rest at ease, Maxi. Getting such a designation is something a third-rate major like you never will have to worry about. Genauso wie du, Gordy, genau wie du. And even if you did end up designated, thanks to some freak accident, I can always put in a word for with my old policist chums to have it lifted. Thank you for filling Mr. Maxi in, Goredofl. At any rate, there you have it. If Kirishida had previously possessed enough magical energy to cast a spell capable of wiping out multiple servants, we would surely have seen signs of it in the records of the man. And yet, there was nothing of the sort. Any thought on the matter, Da Vinci? Oh, yeah, of course. That magecraft you use in the basis of what ended up becoming astrology. It's basically the primal form of astronomy and magecraft, one that temporarily assumes control over planets, the heavens, the entire universe. Astronomy is part of the Omnisphere field of study, but it only deals with preceding the future and observing the stars. There's nothing in it that could possibly cause the sort of catalyst we saw here. Did you hit your head or something, technical advisor? Believe me, I wish you were right. But after seeing the Kirishida's magecraft in action, it's identity couldn't be any clearer. That was ideal magecraft. It is a type that is even older than the Age of Gods, back when the planet and the heavens and the universe were all overflowing with magical energy. Over time, as humanity's consumption-based civilization took control and developed further, our field of magecraft began to decline in power and scale. Astrology was no exception. While it once involved receiving power from space at some point, it became nothing more than a way to observe space. However... I see. So, his is the original form of astrology. It draws strength from the stars in a much more literal sense. The magical energy that rotates the planet, the magical energy that fills the sky, and the magical energy that rains from the heavens. In ancient Greece, the world, the sky, and the heavens were all separate layers, and each layer's magic energy value differed accordingly. So we can presume that the magic energy we saw Kirishida wielding here would be the heavens, that is, the laws that governs outer space. There's just no other way he'd be able to manipulate stars otherwise. The spell he cast was manually aligned planets to have them form an absolutely generous magical circuit. It's no exaggeration to say he's able to use a bigger magical circuit than any other mage in all of human history. When you think about it that way, it's no wonder that all that he managed to create a rain of meteors. Honestly, it's still kind of hard to believe, but now that we've seen him in action for ourselves, I have no conclude that Chaldea Wodime has reached the zenith of what's humanly possible, to the point where he possesses even more absolute power than this Lostbelt's king. Okay, but in that case, there's one thing that adds up even less now than it did before. If his genius gave him godlike power, why didn't he use it to conquer the clock tower ages ago? Like, why would he even bother coming to Chaldea at all? Yes, an excellent point. The jealousy-riddled viewpoint of a commander such as yourself has been most informative, Moni. Indeed, that is a good point. As such, I can only surmise that Kirishida came to Chaldea for a single reason. Everything he did to create this very situation. Before the earth was wiped clean, he was certainly an exceptional person, but he was far from omnipotent. So, why such a stark difference between then and now? The answer is obvious. Back then, this planet was simply incapable of recreating such ancient astronomy. Regardless of how refined the Omnisphere's secret spells may have been, there was just no environment available to use them anywhere in the world. I suspect that is precisely why Kirishida chose to grow the Atlantic Lostbelt. The Greek viewer of space and Aniplex theories of magecraft had excellent chemistry, so to speak. So the closer the Greek world gets to the Age of Gods, the closest magecraft approaches the domain of the gods. No, if anything, it becomes a mystique, surprising them. I can't believe it then. Does this mean wiping the earth clean was part of Kirishida's plan all along? I'm afraid I can't speak to that. His power may be unrivaled here in the Atlantic Lostbelt, but he never had the kind of power capable of changing the world before, let alone bleaching it completely. No, I expect it was some other being doing. The foreign god remains the most likely candidate here. And as far as the foreign god was concerned, Kirishida, with his magecraft capable of controlling celestial bodies, was the perfect fit for the job. In fact, if you will indulge a moment's speculation, I would not be surprised to know that the foreign god considered every human other than Kirishida unnecessary. If true, that would make the other Crypters no more than a bonus. The foreign god could have done without them. Genau, das war ja im Endeffekt, was schon mal Ophelia damals gesagt hat. Nämlich, sie hat auch nur gesagt, dass alle die anderen Crypter nur wegen Kirishida überhaupt ausgewählt wurden. Kirishida hat dafür gekämpft, dass sie am Leben gelassen werden. That's awful. I can't imagine having such a little regard for other people's life. Und übrigens, was ich noch sagen wollte, Mesh hat sich natürlich bis zum Ende geschafft, gegen Kirishida zu kämpfen. At any rate, I see no need to come up with any strategy for the next time we face him right now, especially since we still lack any viable means of doing so. We can revisit this matter later, once we have more information to work with. Yes, I suppose you're right. Always put off the troublesome things till tomorrow. That's the music secret motto. Why secret? Because if truly the thought were to find out about it, she'd haunted me unnecessarily until I got those troublesome things done. But never mind it. We should get going right now, before something else comes to detect us at sea. The cloaking functionality is all back up and running, so now's a good time to rest up in your room if you want. I think I do that. Das haben wir uns verdient. Good. You're sure to rest up too, Mesh. I'd like you to try to recuperate as much as possibly can. Unfortunately, being a Demi-Servant doesn't do anything to prevent mental stress. I swear they look like they might keel over at any moment. Alright. Speaking as your Supreme Commander, I want to commend you both on the battle well fought. However, right now, you need to take a nice hot shower and get yourself to bed. Commander's order. Go on then, on the double. Oh, wie süß ist der gute Cordy. Ich bin mir sicher, Tufi, die 18. war zufrieden mit dir. Wenn schon die 17 davor maßlos enttäuscht waren. Romani. Wieso wollt ihr nicht mit uns reden? That was. Immer mit Mesh kann man drüber reden. Oh, wir kommen gerade aus der Dusche. Mesh, kannst du dann reinkommen? I'm sorry to bother you when you're resting, Senpai. Foo. That's okay. I wanted to talk to you too. Thank you. May I sit down? Phew. Was that really Dr. Roman? It sure looked like him. Yes, and that white jacket looked like the one Dr. Roman used to wear. But it wasn't him. At least I don't think so. You're right. I admit my mind went black when I first saw him. Der Blick, das ist nicht Roman. Aber was ist es? Es ist, also, das, was aus Solomon geworden ist, eben Dr. Roman, ist es ein anderer Solomon? Ist es Goefia? But no, I don't think it was him either. Dr. Roman would never have looked at anyone like that, no matter what. Hey Leute, Mann, es ist erst so, Mann. Ich sehe es an seinem verdammten Blick, dass es er nicht ist. So, that couldn't have been him, but I still couldn't help but to think. If that was really him, if I had one more chance to see him again. I thought I'd finally get to tell him how grateful I am for everything he did for us. Foo. I wish I'd have done that too. Something's wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong. I was just hoping to talk to Master, but it looks like he's already occupied. Gotcha. Mesh is a good servant, isn't she? You definitely don't see a lot of Sheilas out there. I guess when you're a master, there really is something special about your very first servant, huh? Yeah, probably. Right, of course. Ist jetzt beleidigt? Yeah, I'd better just leave well enough alone here. Bei Ricardo, also bei Corda ist das irgendwie doof, aber ich weiß nicht, bei Ricardo, was ist das? Remember me. Why are you on my boat again? Because I wanted to be here. I'm sorry for the intrusion, Yason. I hope we are not bothering you. Well, you are. A lot. Yeah, sorry for the trouble and stuff. Don't worry about the Mesh. It's quite a relief that we were able to communicate remotely once again thanks to our restored cloaking functionality. However, we must remain vigilant. We may be able to fool the gods' eyes, but not the human mind. Now the Kirishida has retreated to Olympus. They are bound to put out all the stops. Then we just have to keep scurrying away like rats. I can only hope we were able to come up with a plan that can confirm their exceptions and fraud their own design. I don't suppose you have anything to offer in that regard, Mr. Yasun? Of course not! If it were easy to come up with a plan to defeat Odysseus and his fleet, somebody would have done it long ago. Be that as may be, we can't run away forever. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, I'm just going to trust your future self to come up with something brilliant. Aha. Und das war's? Okay, das war's, liebe Leute. Ja, das ist so, das ist mein typischer Yasun. Wie wir ihn kennen und... Punkt. Punkt, liebe Leute. Mehr sagen wir dazu nicht. Oh, 3 Twinkling Star Fragments, das ist doch sehr schön. Okay, liebe Leute. Dann wandern wir beim nächsten Mal zum Stardust Ocean. Wir hätten theoretisch schon noch Zeit. Aber nee, liebe Leute, ich würde sagen, das heben wir uns zum nächsten Mal auf. Oh, Ruler wird spannend. Okay, liebe Leute, dann würde ich sagen, beim nächsten Mal geht es ja weiter. Wir werden dann schauen, was uns so erwartet in dem nächsten Part. Und dann würde ich sagen, bis dahin, haut rein und auf Wiedersehen.